because you were not here. Okay, I'll start. So this is S3. Amazon S3 is a simple storage service. It's basically where you store your files, videos, photos. Think of it like a Dropbox or Google Drive. Aside from that, any AWS products that needs to store something, it goes here. Okay, and usually they call it a bucket, an S3 bucket. Okay. So with S3, that's like a main. Think of it like a main product. With S3, there would be some products that you can choose for other types. So if you don't put any definition of what S3 you're going to use, you're going to be put in this S3 standard. Okay. But if you want to manage your cost and manage your storage and manage your input output of files, definitely look into S3 intelligent tiering. Standard infrequent access, one zone infrequent access, Glacier Deep Archive. So with these different tiers, I would explain it based on use cases to make it simpler. But before that, let's check what is S3. So storage management on S3, you would start with like organizing, object tagging. You would have a maximum of tagging of 10 key value pairings. Let's say customer ID to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's say department equals to finance, okay? So you would tag those files so it will be classified and organized accordingly in your storage. So next is you can monitor and analyze your files there through Amazon CloudWatch and CloudTrail. You can check how big the file is, where is it stored, what region, and things like that. Next is you can also have this cross-region replication to have a more highly available storage and make it more fault tolerant. Also, with security management, you can use identity access management, trusted advisor, and some encryptions to help secure your files in S3. So here's just a visualized example of a CloudWatch. It's checking the storage metrics of your S3, and it can check like what they access and what is the bucket size bytes and number of objects. Here's another example for a bucket permissions check. It will check if your storage is public or private and what region is it located and the date stamp. Okay, and especially the bucket name. These are the buckets. Okay. So the lifecycle policy, an example will be like for the Amazon Glacier. After 30 days, it will archive, and after 7 years, it will delete. With this example already, we would see how companies or teams are using different S3 products. So as you can see this, here on the left side, you would see if you have more frequent access to your files, definitely go to this. And if you have less frequent access, go to this. Okay, I'll start explaining. So with this one of the new products is the S3 intelligent tiering. It means that if you have both files that both you frequently access and infrequently access, go to this bucket product because it has like a machine learning algorithm to check, oh, this file is frequently accessed, I'll put this here. This file is not frequently accessed, I'll put this here. And then definitely the costing is way cheaper. If you compare, this is 0.02 per gigabyte, and this one can go down to 0.125. This one is a standard 0.0125 per gigabyte, cheaper, 0.01 gigabyte. And this one is the cheapest, is 0.004 gigabyte, and the archive could be cheaper. Okay, so to continue, this one is the infrequent access. If you have files that all are accessed infrequently, an example would be backups, disaster recovery, put them here. Okay, you don't need to access them every day. That's the point. Okay, this one is similar to this one. It's called the infrequent access but one zone, meaning it only has one availability zone, unlike this other buckets. It's replicated in different availability zones. Okay, so it's cheaper, but again, if the availability zone here goes down, um, you have less availability for your storage. And Glacier, it will make sense to put things here like, let's say, 1 year access for audits, right? You don't need to pull it up every month. You just need, let's say, quarterly or every year. Go with here because you would have cheaper cost in storage, but they will charge you per retrieval of the file, okay? And the deep archive, what it does was, the use case for that is, because in US law, we have financial services, healthcare, education, that we need to store our files like for 7 years, 5 years. We don't need to access them like often, right? So we just need them to store there for a long, long time. So it's very cheap, but what comes with that is it will have more time to access it. And again, cost per access. So essentially what it says that if you put things that you don't really need to access right away, it's cheaper if you put it in the right bucket. So again, here's just the tables that I showed you. The one zone only has one availability zone. All of them has this durability with 11 nines. Availability for the one zone is 99.5 only because it only have one availability zone. And so here, they start charging per gigabyte retrieve. As far as I know, anything that you put inside the S3 is free, but once you try to retrieve something, like for this buckets, they'll charge you. And again, the latency, meaning how fast can I get the data, it goes slower once you go to the Glacier part. So only takes milliseconds for other products, but in Glacier it will take minutes or hours and hours for the archive. And that's it. Thank you. I like that stuff. And choose whatever products you need to look at for a quick deep dive of 5 minutes. ECS.
So is this basically like in Google Drive and iCloud?
It's like Google Drive, but it's Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah, S3. So like even our school, like we transitions because I'm handling the applications, right? When I get an online application, I would also see the link that it says that, oh, it's stored in the AWS S3. So even institutions like schools, they also use Amazon now to store their files because it's cheaper. And then most of the time you would have this redundancy, meaning if you store it here, Amazon would give you free to replicate that file. So once you lost that, you can back up, right? So things like that. So it's cheaper than buying your own server to store all the files and maintaining that server.
Google Drive is free though.
But again, Google Drive is free, but that's only for personal. That's only 15 gigabytes. So for personal usage, Dropbox, Google Drive, sure. But these are for like, I have a web application. I have video editing. It could go to like 100 gigabytes very fast. I'm a photographer, high quality photos. That would really eat up the space. I do have some friends who do photography for a hobby, and they pay more for the extra space in Google Drive. Right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. More questions?
So the availability zone, I still don't get that. So does that mean less availability zone means less storage?
No, it just means that when it goes down, you would need to wait for that availability zone to be up. As far as I know. I can check more on that. Good question. Yeah, it is secure.
More than iCloud and
I don't know about if it's more than those. iCloud is definitely secure, but it's really hard to compare security of one product to another, as far as I know. But again, it's still better to, let's say, have AWS do the security instead of, let's say, our school. And then our school, let's say, would invest a lot of money to have IT personnel, to have servers, and security teams to just check if we're secure. That would cost a lot of money.
cloud, so cloud school use server, like physical server.
Yeah. So like what happened with us, we recently have a network upgrade, right? during the weekend. So that's why we're having some problems with our database and things like that. But they'll fix it soon.
Do they want to change to serverless and
I haven't asked them, but that's a good question. I'll also ask them that because it will definitely drive down the cost. But one of the things that you would need to think of once you go serverless, you would eliminate some of the jobs for IT person.
they just eliminate some in market?
Yeah,
Is active is certified.
yeah, that's what I heard. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Clark.
Yeah, you're lucky because I forgot to record.
You said that to let